They just think that, especially with digital marketing, you put money into an account, you press start, and then return comes out. We can look at a column, bang, and then calculate accrued CAC from that, ROI, blah, blah, blah. And it's like that easy.
The only champagne I know the name of, other than the ones I've heard in rap songs.
They've actually trademarked the orange.
Woo! Oh, cheers. Yeah.
Sometimes I find people who aren't exposed to how this is all done, like in terms of marketing execution. I don't want to make broad generalizations here, but let's just say maybe it's people in finance or accounting. They just think that, especially with digital marketing, you put money into an account, you press start, and then return comes out. We can look at a column, bang, and then calculate accrued CAC from that, ROI, blah, blah, blah. And it's like that easy. And then, let's just double it and we'll get double amount of that. And then we'll triple it and get the triple amount of that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I've been on the tail end of those conversations a lot. And I mean, the biggest fallacy that you see from finance actually is that you can double spend and get double the results. And that's just never true, right? And they should know that, because it doesn't work that way in any of the other line items that they oversee. If you're gonna, build one factory this month, then that would cost you like 10 million quid or whatever, $10 million. But if you needed to build like 1,000 factories this month, then of course, like, it would cost you much more per factory, because you'd have to buy up all the raw materials in the area, and you'd have to hire a whole team to oversee it. And I think a lot of finance people, for some reason, forget that law of diminishing returns when they apply it to marketing. Or maybe it's in their best interest to try and forget that, right? Because like, if you can push your marketing team to get double the results, then everyone's happy, I came in as like a data guy, right? Like, I came in from economics. I did a master's degree. So I was very, very skeptical about the power of brand. And, I was one of those people that naively believed that advertising doesn't work on me and therefore doesn't work in general. Despite being 1% of GDP for the past 60 years, 70 years. So I came into it very skeptical, and then over time, saw it happening again and again.
I mean, this comes back down to, I think, who does the measurement as well and who executes the campaigns, right? From your experience, is measurement really an internal thing? Should you be reliant on the reports you get from agencies where the principal agent problem could become an issue? Like, who should own this, do you think?
Yeah, in an ideal world, finance should know how to do this, right? Like, they should be doing incrementality tests for you, right?
That's a good joke.
They're the ones with. They should, right? Like, if
I know.
For some reason, I don't really understand why every year they ask us to do the budgets and make the case for the budget we're requesting. Like, shouldn't they be trying to?
I can answer that for you if you want.
Kind of, prove, right? Prove how much. Go ahead. Maybe you can explain it.
Well, in secret, they admit to not knowing anything about marketing, which causes them to not be responsible for it, because they don't even know what reach is. They don't know these basic concepts. They will never admit to this in a public meeting, but in private, they will admit to people. So they have the techniques sometimes of the analysis skill to then spin this up. So I generally work collaboratively with them and then try and make sense of the data inputs, and then I get a good result. But I think politically, you kind of need to break that barrier. It's
kind of like asking you to mark your own homework, isn't it? Tell me how well you did with the money that I gave you is a dangerous thing. And that cascades down as well, because if finance are telling you, asking you to grade your own homework, and then you're asking the agency to grade their own homework, then you can have a whole line of people with no responsibility, apart from the intern at the agency who puts the report together. And that's a dangerous situation to be in.